You have been convicted of a crime you did not want to commit. A crime of the highest degree. You have been exiled from your brethren and left to rot with the lowest of the low. In this place, there is no redemption. You are the base denominator of all, only to be taken from your cell in the most extreme of circumstances. You have no friends, no family. This is your prison. This is your home. This is your fate. Welcome to Dice Jail. Audience, what you are about to witness is the result of everyone calling out of the game except for Colby pretty much last second. But we're gonna have a fun little Oberyn ghost adventure. Alright. So, jumping right into it. Where we last left Oberyn, he had just, died. He was killed by a gibbering mouther in the depths of Gauntlight. Quite a, honestly, painful and terrible death.
It was horrible.
Pretty terrible by all accounts. Now, Oberyn, your soul is ripped from your body upon your death. And for a moment, you feel freedom. And then, almost immediately, that freedom is wrenched violently away from you as you are greeted by the screaming face of a ghostly woman with, you're not sure what, blood, ink, makeup, tears, something black streaming from her eyes. And as she screams at you in some ancient tongue of which you have no knowledge, you can feel your mind slowly being dragged away from you as you overall begin losing control. And then suddenly, snap. You are in a room of brick and stone, completely ruined and collapsed. There's a cell, what looks like a cell bar door on the wall over here.
Mm-hmm.
And just columns and ruins and cobwebs and holes in the walls. It's quite the generally unpleasant environment.
Yeah, am I standing up right now, or am I like lying on the ground?
It was like you blinked and you are standing fully upright, fully feeling better than you have in a long time. Whatever curses were put upon you by the shadow wizards upon your exile, seems like they don't carry over into death.
Serves you right, you bastards. Oberyn wins again, and it just took a near-death experience. You can't hold me down.
Serves who right? Says the mysterious and gaunt individual who has just seemingly appeared behind you. You are having a difficult time discerning anything about her. Like, you can't figure out what her ancestry is or anything. Most of those details have rotted away, and her skin is just nearly black purple.
Oh. It's nobody.
Doesn't sound like nobody.
Well, they're not going to be anyone for much longer. Now, could you, show me the way out of here?
Way out? Well, that is a perplexing question. Way out?
Yeah, like, where's the door?
I guess I haven't thought about it in some time. I suppose you could try the chapel.
Okay.
But it is quite dangerous. I would not recommend it. Much better to stay here.
Well, you say that, but... And I'm going to, shoot a little bolt of fire out of my hands. I've got some new kicks. I feel like I just woke up from a 1,000-year nap. So, I'm gonna go stretch my legs a bit.
All right. Well, if you insist. If you go through the next few rooms, you will find your way out into the open space beyond, by the Blood River.
All right, past the Blood River.
If you follow the river, you will find the chapel. There is a problem, however. The door is locked and can only be opened with the fragments of a key held by 3 guardians within this place.
I see. All right, where are the guardians?
They are around.
Around. You're not one of them, are you?
I don't think so. To be honest, good. I'm not quite sure.
Wait. What do you mean you're not sure?
I'm not quite sure. I guess I've never really thought about it, or at least not for some time. I haven't had a visitor in quite a while. Especially not one so inquisitive as yourself.
I'm gonna go.
Before you do, and the individual pulls from their back what you would recognize as an elven branched spear, which is an elven weapon that you'd be relatively familiar with as a really
proud soldier's weapon, with a delicate shaft and several short branches with leaf-like blades on the end. I don't believe I will be needing this anymore. And you may also have my armor if you need. I believe it might fit you.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and equip both of those.
All right. So you should see those in your inventory.
Ooh. Wow.
Something you would notice. Something you would notice about this is as like the moment you think about accepting these items, the spear is placed in your hands and you're just wearing the armor. And the individual is still wearing their own armor.
That's I'm sorry, what did you say your name was?
I don't remember. It has been quite some time since I've had a visitor, you see.
I see. Well, thank you for the supplies.
Of course. Oberyn, I need you to make a real quick. Just make a flat check for me.
Just a straight D20?
Straight D20.
Alright. Yeah, it's a 2.
Eek. Well. Yeah. That's that then. Oh, and before I forget, I'm going to give you... You're going to have a total of 3 hero points for this, because you're on your own.
Sweet.
So, you should now have all 3 of those in your hand.
Oh, these are pretty slick. These are very nice.
Before you continue on, I must also warn you. To reach the Guardians, you will have to get past the spiders.
Yeah, okay. I'm not afraid of spiders.
You may wish to be afraid of these ones. Granted, I'm not sure. I believe they spend most of their days asleep, so if you are quiet, you may be successful in evading them.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Alright, well, I'm off. Thank you for the help, weird lady.
Of course. Good luck to you, Mr. Balthazar.
Did I give her my name?
You did not. And as you blink, she's gone.
Okay. Alright. Spider path it is. Before I do that, though, you said that this door over here, there were, like, bars?
Yes.
I would like to investigate that.
All right. Well, that is the only door out of the room, so...
Wait, these are walls?
Yes, those are walls with holes in them.
Oh, I see.
But, yeah, you look through the bars, and in the next room, you see it's full of webbing and bones, and those are definitely some webbed up corpses as well. I'll just open the door because the map says that it's open anyways. So there you go. You should be able to properly see. You also see 2 gigantic spiders. Currently
those spiders
asleep, seemingly.
All right, I'm gonna sneak through.
Okay. There is a door right there next to you. You also see a door over here and an open archway over here.
All right, in that case, I'm gonna start with this door.
Okay. You open the door and sneak through. As far as you're aware, the spiders are not alerted.
I'm gonna go ahead and close that door behind me.
I was just gonna ask. All right. You enter this room. It looks like it may have at one point been a small house for a singular person. There's destroyed chairs and tables and a dresser over here. There's holes in the floor leading down into the void, and a strange little tree growing out of the floorboards.
Oh. I'm gonna go check out the tree.
Okay. You walk over to the tree, and as you look at it, make an occultism check or a religion check, your choice.
I'm gonna do occultism. 34.
Hot damn.
Plus 15.
All right. So, as you look at this tree, you feel as though you remember something about trees, about plant life growing in a realm beyond. You rack your brain and realize that trees like this are themselves guardians of the damned. And these sprouts that you're seeing are merely branches of massive trees, the size of continents, if not larger. And as you ponder this, from within the tree's branches, a mist forms into a skeletal shape.
Hey.
I fly when I am born, lie down when I'm alive, and run when I am dead. What am I?
Well, for one, I think you're a ghost.
This answer is not satisfactory.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
You may try twice more.
Okay. Okay, so what was the riddle? It's...
I fly when I'm born, lie down when I'm alive, and run when I'm dead. What am I?
Can I attack him?
You attack him?
No, not actually. Oh god, I don't know. It's a bird?
This answer is not satisfactory.
Okay. time. When you're just born, time flies by you. When you're alive, spending, like your Middle Ages, time just passes by, it stagnates. And then when you're on your deathbed, dying, you're running out of time.
This answer is
What did he say?
He's stopped. He said this answer is, and has stopped.
Did I do it? Can I?
And the skeleton turns back to mist. Within the tree's branches, you see what looks like a small piece of metal, triangular, with a small rod protruding from the back.
Oh, key. All right, yeah, I grabbed the key. Or the key piece.
You grab the key piece, and you can see that there are symbols of some kind carved into the metal. This definitely is one of those key pieces.
All right. I'm going to pocket it and head back over here.
All right.
Actually, is there anything in the dresser?
Actually, yes. There are some very old-looking clothes in the sense that the style is old. These are a style of clothes that you probably would have expected to see, well, I suppose, make a society check.
All right, bada bing, bada boom. That's a dirty 20.
These are the kinds of clothes that you maybe would have expected to see your grandfather wearing. Or even your great-grandfather, you're not entirely sure. But these are clothes that were popular a couple thousand years ago. And they're in seemingly perfect condition, just neatly folded at the bottom of this wrecked dresser.
Well, don't mind if I do. I'm going to pocket them.
All right. Yeah, just put really old clothes in your inventory.
I see nothing wrong with this. I'm still alive.
I'm actually going to have Oberyn make another flat check.
Oh, all right. Eight.
All right. What now?
Hang on, I'm just adding the really old clothes first. All right, but now that I've got that, I'm gonna creep back over here.
All right.
And
the spiders still appear to be sleeping.
All right. Go ahead and sneak over to the door.
Okay.
This one.
Yes. You move over all sneaky like right up next to them. You can hear them breathing.
Okay.
Why don't you go ahead and make a recall knowledge check for me? Any skill that you think would be applicable.
All right. I guess Arcana. Like, these don't seem like normal spiders. These seem like... these spiders got something special about them. So I'm going to see if I can, like, recognize, like, their species or if there's, like, anything up with them.
Okay.
35.
35. Yeah, you recognize these as ether spiders, a type of spider that is native to the ethereal plane. So wherever you are right now, you are very likely in the ethereal plane. You would also remember that these creatures are not malicious. They're just animals, really. They're hungry, and they rarely pass up a meal.
Okay. I'm gonna contemplate what that means and just squeeze on by.
You do just that. One of them, as you pass, stirs. But all seems fine. Seems it was just stirring in its sleep.
I get through, and I gently shut the door.
All right. You do just that. And as you enter what appears to be an old, wrecked, looks like almost a tavern or a guild hall or some sort of old meeting place, judging by the table and the chairs and the remnants of a fireplace over in the corner here. Or that's not a corner. Not the corner. Against the wall there.
Mm-hmm.
You also see a few barrels that are mostly shattered, but a few of them still seem to have some sort of liquid within. And you also see, past the furnace, another branch of one of those trees.
All right, there's probably our next piece. Now, what are a bunch of ethereal spiders doing here? Whatever. All right, I approach the tree.
You approach the tree, and the mist coalesces into the form of another one of those skeletal beings.
What binds two people, yet touches only one?
Love? Like really codependent love.
This answer is unsatisfactory.
Ah, son of a bitch. Okay. So it's... What was the riddle?
What binds two people, yet touches only one?
Parenthood?
This answer is unsatisfactory.
Okay. A slap to the face, but the hand is covered in glue. So, you're bound to the other person, but they're not touching you. I mean, they could touch you, but like in this scenario, they're not touching you. Like, but you're touching them.
Make a diplomacy check.
That's a nat 20 plus 12 for a 32.
The creature cocks its head to one side.
Your answer is strange. answer is close enough, I suppose.
Yeah.
And the mist fades away, leaving another key piece in the branches.
Okay, I gotta know. Was this or the last one? Were my answers even remotely close to what the actual answer was?
Your first answer to this one was close. And the first one you were so far off. But this one, your first answer was close in theme.
Okay.
Actually, technically both of your first and second answers were close in theme, but you weren't quite there.
Gotcha.
I'll tell you afterwards.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna sneak on back out.
All right.
Doopy doopy doop. Open the door. Sneak out.
Before you do that, make one
Oh.
more flat check.
Okay. I'm gonna use my actual dice tower for this one. Wow. 1.
Oh my god! How is this possible? Oh my god, maybe that won't be one more flat check. All right. Yeah, in that case, you open the door and see the spiders again.
All right. Hey there, spiders. I say that very quietly.
You say that very quietly.
And then I'm going to the archway is here.
Yes, it is.
I'm gonna shimmy on over to that.
Luckily for you, it appears that, as far as you're aware, you said it just quietly enough that the spiders have not noticed.
Okay. I'm gonna go through the arch.
Okay. You find yourself in another decrepit old room. This one with a giant stone block seemingly having fallen out of, well, you would say the ceiling, but as you look up, there is no ceiling. There is only just a gray sky. Not even cloudy or anything, just gray.
I'm sorry. What did you say was just gray?
The sky.
Oh, that's not good.
Directly across from where you came in, there is an open archway. And to the north, there's another open archway, which appearingly leads outside.
Well, gotta get that third key piece first. So I'm gonna go into this other room.
All right. You enter the room and see no tree, but there are plenty of piles of bones, an old chair, an old stone chair, and two coffins, two stone coffins with their lids depicting what look like, well, go ahead and make a recall knowledge check of your choice.
I don't know. Would this be... I'm gonna say religion to see if I can recognize any sort of iconography on the caskets.
Okay.
That's a 31.
31. These appear to be very ancient, very, very ancient graves for clerics of Callistria.
Wait. Callistria?
Yep. As you
I gotta
approach-
get out of here.
As you approach, mist billows from both of the coffins. And two skeletal individuals emerge.
Hey, I don't want any trouble. I'm just looking for a key.
As you gaze upon these creatures, you feel horrid despair entering your mind. You are frightened one in the presence of these creatures. Something is very different about them, and you're not quite able to place what. As one of them floats across to get right up in your face.
Different lights make me stranger. For each one my size will change. What am I?
Lights make my appearance stranger. With each one, I change size.
Yes, different lights make me stranger. For each
Different
one,
lights.
my size will change.
A prism?
Your answer is...
And it floats behind you and just whispers in your ear.
unsatisfactory.
Okay. Is it,
I bring you comfort, a soft, smooth delight. I, too, keep you warm on a cold winter's night. What am I?
a lover's caress?
Unsatisfactory.
Oh, come on!
What goes into the water red and comes out black?
A blood-stained crow.
Make a diplomacy check.
$28.
28. It floats around in front of you.
Your answer is creative.
Yeah, well, yeah, giving me a lot to work with.
Satisfactory.
The other,
All right.
the other form now gets right up in your face.
What is put on a table, cut but never eaten?
Cloth.
Make a diplomacy check.
Whew. Every time you say that, I'm like, this is not the right answer. This is not what was intended. That's 21.
The creature moves behind you, putting it in perfect flanking position.
Your answer is creative, yet not satisfactory.
Well, what, you never cut cloth?
Walk on the living, they don't even mumble. But walk on the dead, they mutter and grumble. What are they?
You serious? Fucking anything. Well, now that I think about it. So walk on the living, they don't say anything. Walk on the dead, they do.
Yep.
Positive damage?
That doesn't even make sense.
All right. Look, my head's all cloudy. I'm having some trouble putting thoughts together. Something about this place. Walks on the dead. Or walks on the living.
The colors of death are so beautiful.
Yeah, I bet they are. Let's see, a necromancer's boots, maybe?
You are really grasping here.
Yeah, I'm grasping, yeah. All right. Step on the living, they don't say anything. Step on the dead, they grumble. Is it sunlight? The heat of the sun speeds up decay, but living beings cherish sunlight.
Your answer is not satisfactory.
It shifts back to its original position.
All right, if you're gonna keep grinding me, look, why don't you just tell me what you guys want? Just drop the rhyming nonsense. Just give me the thing that I need, and I'll be out of your hair, all right? Just no more riddles, all right? I'm going to point my sword at the one to my left. So why don't you tell me what I need? Or why don't you give me what I need? And this will all be a lot easier.
Make an intimidation check.
$23.
The two figures look at each other. Their empty eye sockets making a connection.
It threatens us. It wishes the rhymes to end. Yet, look how its blade quivers. Let us see how its threads hold up.
Before they do anything.
Uh-huh.
These guys are undead, right?
You're not sure, but you'd imagine they probably are.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast Bind Undead on this one over here.
Okay. So what does that need from me?
Let's see. Oh, no, never mind. It has to be mindless.
Ah.
Damn, never mind. Alright, I'm not casting it.
Unfortunate. Then in that case, it is time.
Wait.
Oh.
I am gonna cast Fire Shield, though, if I may.
Why don't why don't we roll initiative and
Okay.
see how that goes?
All right. And then this is going to be perception.
Yes.
18. Oh, no. Sorry. That's 20.
That's all right. All right, then. So, here we are at the top of round 1. And we have the top guardian. You are still meant to be frightened. There we go. Okay, I will just put on. There we go. The despair aura that you are within.
Oh boy.
And just make a flat check for me for the hell of it.
All right. I'm busting out the dice tower. I swear to God. I'll take it. 10.
10, he says. 10. Yeah. You, at this point, realize from all the talking you've been doing, your lips have been moving. You've been speaking. You've been understanding what you've been saying. You've been understanding what these other beings are saying. But you, at this point, realize none of you have been speaking common. This entire time. None of you have been speaking common.
Oh.
You've been speaking Necral, the language of the undead. You don't know Necral, at least not normally.
Hey. Hey. Hey.
And so that brings us to the first turn here. Okay, it gets a natural 1 on its fist attack, so I'm just gonna roll a fumble card for myself here, starting off strong. So that is card number 14, unarmed attack. Somehow, this strange ethereal thing, as it swings its ghostly fist at you. It manages to fall prone.
Wow.
It is then going to just pull itself back up as a second action, and its third action, it is going to try to punch you again.
Go ahead.
That is a 23 sorry, not 23, an 18.
An 18 to hit?
Yes.
That does not hit.
All right. Then that is the end of his turn. That brings us to Oberyn's turn.
All right. I'm gonna go right ahead and spell strike using my new branch spear.
All right. Against which one? Top or bottom?
The top one.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit.
All right. Hang on. How do I attack with it?
You need to draw it first. We're gonna say you have it drawn.
Okay,
And
so
then to actually attack with it, you need to have it in two-handed grip. It's fine.
Oh, okay. There we go.
There we go. It is now available properly.
Can we just say that this is one-handed for the sake of my abilities?
Yeah. I mean, your Elven Curve Blade was also a two-handed weapon that we've hand-waved a lot of stuff for. It's fine.
Gotcha.
They're removing they're removing spell components in the remaster anyways. So
Oh.
I'm not worrying about it anymore.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and spell strike.
Okay. Which spell are you using?
This is going to be just a classic produce flame to start things off.
All right, all right.
And to do that, I make the
So you make
weapon
an
attack.
Yes, you make a weapon attack roll.
Gotcha. 29.
29, that does in fact hit. Go ahead and roll damage for your weapon, as well as the damage for your spell, which would be 5d4 plus 3 fire.
Okay, so that's 11 points of piercing damage and 16 points of fire damage.
11 points of piercing, so let's go with that first. And then as the fire spreads across this creature, it shrieks out in pain. It appears that your fire has done quite an extra number on this thing. This mist does not like heat.
And
You
with
have
that,
one action remaining.
with my last action, I'm going to enter Arcane Cascade.
Okay. Good.
And that's going to be for fire damage.
Okay. Then that brings us to the other guardian. As you gaze upon it, it is going to just... It's going to concentrate the feeling of despair emanating from it. I need you to make a will save.
Ooh. 25.
25. You feel for just a moment the fear intensifying and your body locking up, but you stave it off. And at this point, you realize you have no reason to despair. All of the fear fades away. You gain a certain confidence that you didn't have before. The creature is then going to attempt to punch you with its ghostly fist. That is a 19 to hit.
That does not hit.
All right, and it's going to now, as its final action, move into a flanking position. So you are now off guard. That brings us around to the top of round 2. We have the other one, which is now going to attempt to utilize the fact that you are flanked and punch you. That is a... If I could do math, that would be lovely. 24 to hit.
That does not hit.
Ooh. All right. It is going to make another attack. That is a 26 to hit.
That hits. Or my AC is 26.
Okay, so that does hit.
Gotcha.
Barely, but it hits. All right. So you take 11 points of bludgeoning damage, plus I need you to make a fortitude save.
34.
Okay. You feel this, as this fist hits you, you feel as though it's reaching into your veins, attempting to spread disease through them, but you pull back just in time. It is then going to use its final action to attempt to disarm you.
Oh. And then real quick, did I take damage?
Yes.
How much was
11 points of bludgeoning.
Gotcha.
So that is what is your reflex DC?
My reflex DC. Oh god, where would that be?
10 plus your reflex save.
Oh. 29.
Okay, then it fails its attempt to disarm you. Actually, hold on. Does it crit fail? Holy shit! It crit fails. All right, that means
Wow.
it loses its balance and is now flat-footed until the start of its next turn. And that is the end of that one's turn. It is now yours. What shall he do? What shall he do? That Oberyn Balthazar.
I'm just reading this ability real quick, debating if I want to do it. Critical. Okay. I'm gonna do something kind of fun.
Okay. We love fun.
Well, first, with my first action... Well, no, I'm gonna do that next. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna spend 2 actions to do disturbing knowledge.
Disturbing knowledge. What does that mean?
You utter a litany of dreadful names, prophecies, and descriptions of realms beyond mortal comprehension, drawn from your study of forbidden tomes and scrolls. Even those who don't understand your language are unsettled by these dire secrets. Attempt an occultism check and compare the results to the will DC of an enemy within 30 feet or the will DCs of any number of enemies within 30 feet if you are legendary in occultism. I don't believe that I am.
You are not. Go ahead and which one would you like to attempt this against?
I'm gonna do it on this guy up here.
Okay, go ahead and make that occultism check. With that nice fancy plus 19 modifier.
Yep. I rolled I rolled the lowest possible roll I could have gotten, and it's a 31.
Oh
I rolled
God.
a 2. Wait, no, I didn't. I did not roll. What the fuck? I can't do math. I rolled a 12.
Wait, 12? How? 2 plus 19 equals 12?
No, I rolled a 12.
Oh, you rolled a 12. Okay.
Yeah, it's new math, dude.
Wait a minute, hold on. Okay.
You haven't read math too?
Damn, you're right. I need to read up on the math remaster. So that would be a success. That means the target is now frightened 1.
All right, and I'm gonna give a little badass speech to do that.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say,
You think you can keep me trapped in here with your riddles and your lies? Well, guess what? This ain't my first rodeo. I've survived worse. Much worse than a couple of spiders and some ghosts in a tomb. I know that holy symbol. I made Callistria my own, and I will do the same to you. His heretical words are strong, brother.
and then with my last action, I'm going to recharge my spell strike.
Good choice. All right. That brings us to the other Guardian, who is going to, first and foremost, attempt to beat the shit out of you. That is a 23 to hit.
That was what to hit?
23.
That does not hit.
All right. It is then, in that case, going to attempt to disarm you. That is, if I could get the disarm action back up on my screen, please. That is a 30 against your reflex DC.
Against my... Yeah, that hits.
Ooh. All right. So, that is a success. Until the start of your turn, attempts to disarm you gain a +2 circumstance bonus, and you take a -2 penalty to attacks with the item. So, yeah, that'll end at the start of your turn. However, it is then going to attempt once more to disarm you to see if it can wrench the weapon finally from your hands. That is a 25 against your reflex DC.
That does not hit.
Okay, then in that case, we move on to the other guardian, who is still frightened, yet is still going to attempt to beat the shit out of you. That is an 18 to hit.
That does not hit.
All right. Followed by a 25 to hit.
That also does not hit.
All right, then it is going to attempt to disarm you. That is a 30.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. And that is a success. So, yeah, that basically makes no difference. It needs a critical success in order to actually disarm you.
Look at that.
So, you are no longer you no longer have those. Yeah, you don't have any of those disarm penalties, and it is no longer frightened. So, it is now your turn.
All right. Well, with my spell strike recharged, I'm going to go ahead and strike at this guy. With a produce flame, the classic.
The classic. Okay.
It just works. That's a 27 to hit.
A 27 does indeed hit. Go ahead and roll that damage.
Oh my god. So that is 11 points of piercing damage plus 17 points of fire damage.
Hot damn. All right. And it looks like for whatever reason, it looks like Arcane Cascade adds fire damage.
Yep.
Okay, so your weapon damage is 11. It was 11 piercing.
And yeah.
Okay, so let me apply that first. And then it was 2 points of fire, which due to weakness is bumped up to 7. And then the produce flame, due to weakness, gets bumped up from 15 to 20.
Yeah.
This fellow is firmly bloodied.
Oh, just bloodied. Gotcha. Well, for my next trick, I just want to make sure that this will work. Beautiful. I'm going to cast Dimensional Assault.
Okay.
And I'm just going to go over here and not do anything and stay invisible.
Okay.
And then my turn.
All right. I like it. Okay. Yeah. You are now invisible. And that ends your turn. Wait, how many actions? Wow, Dimensional Assault's only one action?
Yup.
Damn. All right.
One action teleport.
And that brings us to the other one. And so the creatures are going to attempt to seek you. Yeah, so this one's going to attempt to seek you. So what is your stealth DC?
What would that be?
10 plus stealth.
Oh, gotcha. 24.
24. Okay.
You cannot hide from death.
So you are now hidden instead of undetected, meaning that it
Okay.
sort of knows where you are. but doesn't know exactly. And yeah, it now is going to move over here with one stride. These things are, relatively speaking, slow. They're slower than you, at the very least. And it's going to use its final action to move right up next to you.
Ah, shit.
And it looks straight at you, but it doesn't seem to see you. You think it's looking through you more than at you. That is all three of its actions. That brings us to the other one, who is going to also attempt to seek. Not successful. That second one is a 29, so I believe that one is successful.
Let me check. Yeah, that's successful.
Okay. So then as its final action, it is going to stride closer to you. And that brings us to your turn.
All right. I have a very silly idea.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still invisible, right?
Yes.
And I don't provoke attacks of opportunity?
You don't even know if they have the ability to do that.
Oh, that's right. Well, regardless, I'm going to move over here now.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go ahead and cast Fireball.
Okay. So what was the thing that gives you the it's dimensional disappearance, right?
Let me check.
Oh, affected by an invisibility spell. Hold on. So how long does that last? 10 minutes. Holy shit. Okay.
As long as I don't make a spell or an attack, right? Yeah. I have... Oh, wait.
That's
Hang on.
fucking sick.
Okay, yeah. And then how do I heighten the spell as I attempt to cast it?
You'd have to prepare it in a higher level spell slot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, whenever you want to heighten this, you heighten... Well, cantrips will heighten on their own as you level up, but your regular spells, like if you wanted to cast Echoing Weapon as a second level spell, you'd have to prepare it as a second level slot at the start of the day.
Gotcha. Okay. That's fine. I'm just going to cast regular old Fireball at, I guess, third level.
All right, which will remove your invisibility. However, it does, Fireball. So that is a reflex save, I'm assuming.
Yep. And I'm going to place it right there.
All right. This guy right here, top guy, gets a 25, and bottom guy gets a 13.
Those both fail.
And I believe bottom guy crit fails.
What did you say he got?
Well, yeah. He got a 13.
Yeah, that's a crit fail.
So that means he will take double damage.
Oh, this is going to be fun. All right. Am I good to roll?
Yeah, go for it.
Ah. Well, that's 18 points of fire damage.
18 points of fire damage. All right. So, top guy is going to take that 18, and then also, let me apply that weakness. And then the other guy is going to take from that 18 times 2, 36. 36 points of damage, and then in addition to that, the weakness. All right. Yeah, I believe that was your turn.
Yep.
So that brings us to the creatures who are absolutely hopping mad. And so this one is going to stride over to you, and it's going to attempt to punch you. That is another nat 1. Holy shit.
Wow.
All right. That is card number 6. Torn muscle. Until healed, you are enfeebled 1. So, it is now enfeebled 1. Which is pretty hefty. Alright, it is then going to... Oh wait, I moved the wrong one. My bad. So the other one... the other one has just gotten... So in actuality, it's used 1 action to stride, a 2nd action to stride up closer, and then it's now gotten enfeebled. So that is the end of its turn. That brings us to the top of round 5 with the other one. So now we're on the right one. He's going to move on over. He is going to move again to push you in flank. And then he is going to attempt to punch. That is a 29.
To hit?
Yes.
Yeah, that hits.
All right, go ahead and make a fortitude save.
31.
31, okay. You take 14 points of bludgeoning damage, and once again feel it trying to force disease into your veins, but it's not working. That brings us to your turn.
All right.
This one is the one that is bloodied, and this one is the one that is enfeebled.
They're not doing so hot, are they?
Not particularly. Because you are doing just fine.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm going to spell strike the enfeebled guy.
Okay, so 1 action to recharge your spell strike.
Well, actually, because I cast a focus spell last turn, it automatically recharged it.
All right, then. So you're attacking the enfeebled one, not the bloody one, correct?
Well, actually, no. I'll get the bloody one. Might as well
Okay.
take one out if I can.
All right, go ahead and roll the hit.
That's a 27.
27, that does hit. Go ahead and roll damage. And I'm assuming this was with Produce Flame.
Oh, of course.
Of course, of course.
So, with the weapon attack, that's 11 points of piercing and 2 points of fire.
All right. And the fire damage. All right.
And then the produce flame damage is 15 points of fire.
Okay. So, you send your flaming spear through the chest of this apparition, and it melts back into its coffin and disappears. At which point, the other one stops, stands up straight, and bows to you.
You have proven yourself, Oberyn Balthazar.
And it also
Have I now?
fades away into its sarcophagus, leaving a key behind on the floor.
Oof. All right.
You now have all 3 key pieces.
That was fun. I'm gonna can they do they fit together at all?
They do appear to all have grooves that can slot together.
All right. I'm gonna try and fix the key.
All right. You place all of the pieces together, and as you slot the final piece in, it click, and a slight blue glow engulfs the end for just a moment. As you look at it, it now appears to all be one solid piece. No seams, no edges, no way to just pry it apart.
Look at that.
It's as if it's always been just one solid piece of metal.
All right. I'm gonna head back out.
All right.
And
The spiders still appear asleep.
All right. I'm gonna make my way up towards this archway. Do I still have line of sight of the spiders?
Currently, no. But as you trek forwards. You find yourself outside. The ground is covered in... No, not covered in. Made of bones. And in the path directly in front of you, you can see a totem of bones topped by a skull just staring at you, grinning. Past it, you can see down a narrow path a structure, a stone structure with a door.
There's my ticket out of here. I'm gonna start moving forward.
You push past the bone totem, and as you move through the valley, you realize this is, next to you, a river, as was described by the mysterious figure, a river of blood.
Oh boy.
You look across, and the opposite shore has patches of strange green necrotic fog dotting across it.
I'm not gonna think about that.
The door before you appears to have a triangular hole in the center.
I fit the key in.
All right, you fit the key in, and the handle end of the key slides in to the door, and it turns. The key turns on its own, unlocking and opening the door, revealing on the other side a checkered room. With
I step inside.
marble, all right, with what looks like marble columns and benches, a marble altar, and behind that altar, a statue. Make a religion check.
Oh, I think I know who that might be. 18.
18. You're not sure who this statue is of, but it's not Callistria. Even as you look around at other icons, none of this is Callistria. Nor is it any religion that you recognize.
This is quite the place.
You see over in this corner what looks like a cage built into the wall.
I'm gonna go investigate that.
All right. You see within the cage a small collection of bones and cobwebs.
I have
Here's
to go
living.
in there. I have to go in there, don't I?
There is also, behind you, that you would have spotted, a door to the north.
Yep, forget the cage. I'm going to the door.
All right. The door is stone. As you place your hand upon it, it is cool to the touch. But not cold.
Alright, I open it.
You open it, and on the other side, see a familiar face. The mysterious figure that you first met upon reaching this strange place. And behind them, you see what looks like a bronze statue, cross-legged. Make a religion check.
24.
This is an icon you do recognize. It is a truly ancient icon of the deity Nimbaloth, the Empty Death.
Did I see the altar before I died?
You did not.
Nimbaloth. Ah, shit.
Please, friend, enter. You have made a long journey. Sit, rest your bones.
Yeah. Hey.
As you walk in, the door slams shut behind you.
There is no door, is there?
Whatever do you mean? You have gone to the chapel, and you have left the place from whence you started.
Yeah.
And now, you may sit, and you may pray.
Yeah.
Begin your new life.
My new life.
Yes.
And what life is that?
One of reverence. Service.
No, you don't understand. I don't serve. I'm served. And this God, I wouldn't be caught dead worshipping him.
Well, many others have said the same. And the individual turns and approaches the altar. Or the statue, sorry. Many others have said the same. And yet, she turns around, and everything has changed. The armor falls away like a layer of dead skin, and you are greeted by a horrid, desiccated corpse. And yet, none have been able to stay away from the empty death's maw. It is time for initiative once again.
Oh boy. Okay. Oh my god. I got a natural 1 for a grand total of 19.
Oh no. All right then. Well, here we go. Getting right on into it. Wait. This says you got a 31.
Oh, I misread that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
Wow, I looked at yours. Yeah, I got a 31.
Yeah, well, you're up first at the top of round 1. However, you do, at the start of your turn, feel as though your lungs suddenly start to fill with water. I need you to make a fortitude save.
18.
18. Ooh. Yeah. You are unable to speak or breathe currently.
Oh god.
This is an all too familiar feeling. So I'm actually going to need you to make, in addition, a will save.
32.
32. Yeah, you managed to stave off any fear related to this suffocation, this feeling of suffocation. So, yeah, you can hold your breath for a number of rounds equal to 5 plus your Constitution modifier. So, what is your Constitution modifier? 1. So you have 6 rounds. And you cannot cast any spells with a verbal component.
I can't cast any spells.
With a verbal component.
That's all my spells.
Oh, yes. So, yeah, you can't cast any spells.
Alright, I can work with this.
I'm also going to say you recharged your spell strike.
Spell strike isn't verbal, is it?
Well, you can't... Actually, that is a good question. How does that work with spell components? I believe... It... It does not specify. So I would say, yeah, your spell strike should be fine. Yeah, I'm gonna say your spell strike is fine.
All right, sweet. Then I'm going to go ahead and yeah, I'm gonna move in close
Okay.
and make a spell strike.
All right, go ahead and roll to hit. Guess what spell are you using?
For this, let me just see something. I'm gonna use Echoing Weapon, if that'll work.
Echoing Weapon will not work. The spell
Okay.
needs to be able to target a creature.
Gotcha. Okay. Then I'm gonna use Produce Flame for that.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit.
22.
22, that unfortunately does not hit.
I have a card I would like to use.
Ooh, yes. Which card?
Reverse Strike.
Reverse Strike. All right.
After you fail an attack roll, you get a success rather than a failure.
All right, then. Indeed, you do get that success. Go ahead and roll damage.
That's 10 points of piercing plus
Okay.
19 points of fire damage.
Okay. So, piercing, 10 points, and then fire. As you send forth your spear, burning at the end, the fire certainly singes, but not nearly as much as you would have expected.
Oh.
So, that brings us to the end of your turn.
Oh, wait. You did you say that it took 9 points of fire damage?
It appears that it certainly took less damage than you expected it to.
Oh, this fucker resists fire. Oh, shit.
If you would like to attempt to force the water out of your lungs, you may make another fortitude save, since it is the end of your turn.
Yeah. 19.
Okay. Yeah, you still feel water in your lungs. You're still suffocating. That brings us to the creature's turn. It is going to first and foremost attempt to it is going to attempt to cast a spell on you. I need you to make a fortitude save.
Oh, okay. 22.
Okay. That is, unfortunately, a failure. And you, as it grabs you by the face, you can feel its, well, doesn't quite grab you, but it feels as though it is, as its hand is right around you, just mere centimeters away, and you can feel this magical energy attempting to gouge out your eyes. You are blinded for 1 minute by the blindness spell.
Uh-oh.
So, this means that all normal terrain is difficult terrain, meaning that basically your movement speed is cut in half. You can't detect anything using vision. You automatically critically fail perception checks. Why do I keep trying to say fuck fess? That's not a word.
Fuckfest?
And so yeah, basically, you are going. I'm gonna. Yeah, it is. This is not good for you. It is then going to take its final action to attempt to punch you. That is a 29 to hit.
Oh,
You
that just
are-
barely hits.
You are off guard against it since you can't see it, and
Damn it.
as far as I'm aware, your only precise sense is your vision, if I'm correct. Actually, wait, hold on. No. Yeah, it appears that is the only thing. That is the only sense that I'm aware of you having. All right. So, right, I need to roll damage. That's my... I'm so sorry, my brain just completely collapsed in on itself.
No, you're good.
Alright. You take 19 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, that's actually not that bad.
Alright. So... yeah, I'm gonna say that she's hidden from you. Alright, that brings us around to the start of your turn. Round 2, your lungs continue to fill with water and you continue to suffocate.
Okay. Well, I already... I guess I'm gonna start off with a regular attack.
Okay, go ahead and make a flat check for me.
Just a flat d20.
Yes.
Uh, 12.
12. Okay, make your attack. You feel like you might have a bead on where this creature is.
Oh, okay. 36.
36, you say? That is very definitely a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Whoa. 5 points of piercing.
5 points of piercing damage. All right.
And as I do that, I'm going to play the battle cry card. You unleash a terrifying battle cry, attempt an intimidation check to demoralize and compare the result against all enemies within 30 feet.
Okay. Go ahead and make that intimidation check.
That's a nat 20 plus 14 for a 34.
Ooh, okay. All right, let me pull up demoralize real quick. That would definitely be a crit success. The target becomes frightened too. From the sound of it, this being is absolutely startled by the level of violence you just put into that blind swing.
It was a swing that only dealt 5 damage.
But still, there was oomph behind it emotionally. So, I believe there was only one action, so you have 2 remaining.
Oh, that's right. I'm gonna spend my next action recharging my spell strike.
Okay.
And
One action.
then... I mean... I don't really have any other actions I can do now. Well, I could attack again.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can attack again if you want.
I can definitely attack again. Yeah, I'm gonna attack again.
All right, go ahead and roll. First, roll your flat check.
Yep.
Three. 3. Yeah, this attack. Whew, you've no idea where she is. You can't even try to attack her.
Oh, man.
All right. That brings us. Well, first, fortitude save against the suffocation.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nat 20 for a 36.
Oh, yeah, you managed to push out that feeling of suffocation. You just expel this water from your body. So you are no longer suffocating.
Oh my
However,
god.
you are still very blind. That brings us to the creature who is going to first and foremost. It is going to send out a gob of acid.
Ooh.
So, I'm going to make a spell attack. Holy shit. That is a 37 to hit.
Yeah, that's a crit.
Okay. So, it deals to you. It deals to you. All right. 16 points of acid damage. Plus, since that was a crit, you also begin taking persistent acid damage.
Oh.
So, that was 2 actions. It has 1 remaining. And is going to use its final action to attempt to punch you. That is a... That is a 33 to hit.
That was a what to hit?
33.
That hits.
Okay, but it does not crit, mercifully.
Correct.
Okay. So... Aha, I finally found my D10s! Aha! There we go. Okay. That is a total of 12 points of bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make a fortitude save.
That was how many points of bludgeoning?
12. Ooh.
And fortitude save, you said?
Yes. And I believe you are now bloodied.
Nat 1 for a 17.
Ooh! Alright. So, as it punches you, you can feel some sort of horrible disease creep into your body. It seems not to be doing anything right now, but it might soon. That brings us to the top of round 3. The frightened condition ticks down. I need you to make a religion check.
Ooh, okay. 17.
17. You hear a voice in the back of your mind. You might not want my help, but I think you might need it. Make a personal history check.
Where's personal history?
Oh yeah, I must not have given it to Oberyn. Hold on, let me add it. You are an expert in it. Personal history plus 17.
All right, sweet. That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. This is a voice you haven't heard in a very long time, but you do recognize it as the voice of Callistria.
Of course.
What do you think, child? Will you accept my help?
Ugh. If it'll keep me away from the damn zombie god, fine.
All right, then. And you feel your vision return. You then hear another voice, or the same voice in the back of your mind, whisper in your ear as if it's right next to you. The orbs. Destroy the orbs. And your vision is drawn to the two pillars with orbs of light atop them, flanking the statue.
See. Okay. Is it my turn?
Yes, it is your turn, and you have 3
Wonderful.
actions to use.
Okay. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna shimmy on by, and then I'm gonna cast a gouging claw spell strike on this first one.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit.
29.
29. That is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage. And then gouging claw, what kind of damage is that?
Let me check. I believe I can choose. That's gonna be piercing.
Piercing? Okay.
So, with the first attack, that's 8 points of piercing. And then with the spell, that's another 17.
17. Okay. So you put a solid. Well, do you attack the pillar, the metal pillar, or the orb atop it?
The orb itself. I'm
Okay,
trying to skewer it.
Okay. Yeah, you pierce the orb with your spear, and it cracks. It cracks, and the crack spreads. Light begins to spew out, glooping out this viscous, glowing substance. And the creature shrieks out, "No!" And you watch as she becomes visibly both upset and more shriveled. Not by a whole lot, but slightly. The orb is not completely shattered.
Of course not. All right. That's my turn then.
You have 1 action, I think. Used 1 to move, 1 to strike.
Spell strike is 2
spell
actions.
strike, right. Forgot that you did a spell strike. All right, then. In that case, that brings us to the creature's turn. I do need you to make a flat check against the persistent damage as you take 5 points of acid damage.
That's 17.
All right. You are no longer afflicted by the persistent damage. Woohoo! That brings us to the monster's turn. She is going to just straight up try to punch you at first. That is a 26 to hit.
That was a 26 to hit, you said?
26.
That does not hit.
All right. It is then going to use a second action. I would say a second action and a third action to cast another spell as plants, dead, horrid plants, rip themselves through the ground. And attempt to entangle you. Need a 20-foot burst. All right. So I need Okay. Each round the creature starts its turn in the area, it must attempt a reflex save. So, on your turn, you're going to need to attempt a reflex save against the entangle. As of now, well, basically that is now, actually. I need you to make a reflex save.
All right. 31.
31. All right, you are not entangled. The area is still difficult terrain, however.
Okay, that's good. All right. And you said it's my turn now?
Yes.
Wonderful. I'm going to strike at the orb again.
Okay. Roll to hit.
26.
26, that does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
9.
9 points of damage. The orb shatters, and you watch as she shrivels heavily. This time you can very visibly see the skin tightening to bone. Yeah. You have 2 actions remaining.
All right. Did you say that the orb was destroyed?
Yes, that orb is destroyed. There is 1 remaining.
Okay. Well. Wow, this weapon has reach?
Yeah. I guess it does.
Hang on. Reach is 10
foot
feet,
range,
right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I do another attack on that orb from over here.
All right, go for it with that multiple attack penalty.
All right, with the penalty, that's 30 to hit.
Holy fuck, roll damage.
10 points of piercing.
10 points of piercing. The orb cracks.
And then
action remaining.
I'm gonna do a third attack.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit.
16.
16. Unfortunately, that does not hit as this creature dives in front of your weapon. Roll damage.
7.
7 points of damage. Right. The damage instead goes to the creature. No!
Aha.
You cannot do this! That brings
Hey.
us to...
You had your chance.
That brings us to the creature's turn, and she now needs to make a save against her own spell. Which she... She fails her own... She fails a save against her own spell.
Oh.
So, she is now immobilized for 1 round. And so, as a result, she's going to use her first 2 actions to cast Freedom of Movement to remove the immobilized effect from herself. And then... and then she's going to attempt to punch you. That is a 35 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
But not crit.
No.
Alright. You take from that 18 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, God. All right.
And that is the end of her turn. That brings us to the start of yours. Go ahead and make a save against the entanglement. Reflex.
All right. 33.
33. You successfully save. You are not entangled. You have
Okay.
all 3 of your actions ahead of you.
And is this orb broken? Did you say?
It is cracked, but not broken.
All right, that's gonna be another attack on it then.
All right, go for it.
37.
37. Go ahead and roll damage.
11.
11. The orb shatters.
No!
The creature dives towards it, trying desperately to pick up the pieces, but whatever this liquid inside the orbs was is just melting through her flesh and bone.
No! No! No!
Turns back to you.
Hey.
Mother will be so displeased.
Will she know? All right, and I still have 2 actions, correct?
Yes, you do.
Okay. I'm just gonna make a second attack on him. His stupid little face.
Go
Or
for it.
hers. 30.
30. That is a hit. Roll damage.
10.
10 points of damage. All right. You have 1 action remaining.
I'm going to recharge my spell strike.
Okay. That brings us to the individual's turn. She's going to cast a spell on herself, and she begins running through the air, upwards, and at a straight 45-degree angle, upwards to a hole in the wall, which she climbs out of.
Hey. Hey.
The encounter is over.
What the hell?
Oberyn, you are now alone. Just you, the shattered orbs, and the shrine. To number
Come
1.
on. Come on, don't do that.
And the entangle spell, which fades away.
Well. I'm going to take a seat.
All right, Oberyn. As you sit, you take a breath. Because, for some reason, even though you're definitely dead at this point, you can still breathe, which is kind of weird. And as you close your eyes for just a moment, you less see and more feel a smirk from up above.
I see a smirk from up above.
The smirk of Callistria. She's very proud of herself.
Yeah. Enjoy the moment while it lasts.
Man, think of it this way. At least here, you are relatively safe from the forces attempting to destroy you.
I'm honored and really flattered that you would look out for me so much.
Oh, worry not. I'm not looking out for you so much as for the interests of one of my favorite acolytes. Goodbye for
Jump.
now, Oberyn.
Goodbye, Callistria.
And that is where we're going to leave this off.
Ho-ho. What
So-
a session.
How would you say Oberyn's feeling at this point?
He is... where do I even start? Well, he's dead. He's not super thrilled about that, but, you know, he's been put through worse. I'm sorry. Spider-Man 2 just came out, and my roommate's really enjoying it.
It's okay.
Literally 5 minutes ago. I keep hearing him screaming.
I just heard one for the first time like a second ago.
No, he's been through worse. But he's still pretty peeved that he got himself killed. He's especially peeved that he let Callistria. He let himself take Callistria's power. He's not happy about that. But yeah, he's well, I'm not sure what he's gonna do now, aside from just sit down and wait for his ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose if everyone cancels on us last second again, we shall see what happens in the future of Oberyn's undead existence. So, how did you feel about level 10?
That was fun as hell. I felt like I had like a lot of options. And there were times when I did feel a little bit too strong. Like I was rolling pretty consistently high. But I don't know if that's like just how the game is.
That's
and like enemy numbers are also inflated.
Yeah, there's definitely, I mean, there's been enemies for the rest of the group at level 3 who have been rolling consistently above 30.
Yeah.
Numbers get really high, but like something that I remember when we first were starting Pathfinder was someone was saying Pathfinder combat is not, your numbers are not about hitting, your numbers are about critting.
Yeah.
So the higher your modifier, the more likely you are to crit. It's much more, like, crits are much more important than actually just smacking somebody and dealing damage.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. Especially with, like, the sheer amount of numbers that I have at level 10. Like, like, my strike with this weapon is a plus 20.
Yep.
Like, literally, what the fuck? And like I was I was able to roll a 30 with a multiple attack penalty. It's like the numbers, like, and this isn't even like technically late game. This is just level 10.
This is mid game.
Yeah. So it's like, because crits and like successes of that kind aren't based on random chance like they are in D&D. Just being able to consistently get like crits like that is crazy. Like it's good. I enjoy it. I like it a lot. Yeah. It's fun.
I like it a lot too. I feel like it makes things much more versatile feeling than just I smack.
There's way more options, especially with like the action economy in this game.
Yes.
Which I like so much better than 5e.
Oh my God, yeah.
But yeah, it's really interesting. Like going back to the attack thing, like playing at level 3, like you really don't want to attack more than once in a turn, right?
Yeah,
because like at that point your multiple attack penalty is like negatives. But then at higher levels, like that's something that you're able to do, and it's like there's not just like a sense of growth in the sense of like mechanical like numbers like being higher, stuff like that. There's growth in the sense that like at this level the way I can play the game has changed.
Yeah,
where it's like I can play as like a multiple attack per turn character and like have it be viable at a higher level, as opposed to where at a lower level I would be punished for playing that way. I think that's like that's a really interesting way of like progressing the character. I think it's cool.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm sure there's plenty more that we just don't know about because we just bumped your character up in like an hour.
Yeah.
Like if you were actually progressing normally, you would have time to really feel that progression and know all of your abilities and every single thing you do. I'm sure that we missed a whole bunch of really neat shit just because we like poofed ahead. But like
yeah, like there's like, I mean, I'm like just looking at this stuff now. Oh wait. Your hybrid study grants you additional spells to increase your power in combat. Do I have more conflict? I don't know. I don't know how conflict works.
Spells are weird.
It's so confusing.
We'll figure it out again later.
But yeah, like half the time I spent building the character was just on feats. Like there's the game. There's so many options for playing.
That is definitely, I think, my favorite part about Pathfinder characters is like everything being feat based. Like yes, every person of a certain class. Every character of a certain class will have a select amount of certain things. Like, every Magus has a spell strike. Yes. And then, subclasses. Every Magus is going to have a spell strike. Every Laughing Shadow Magus is going to have the same conflict spells. However, the ability to build things out with feats makes every single character completely unique.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fucking awesome.
Like, it's going to sound nerdy as hell, but it feels really similar to building a Magic deck in that sense, where there's just so many options for, like, tweaking, like, the goal of the build. And just, like, optimizing it for the specific purpose, where even if the initial concept isn't very strong, the additions that you can make with feats just improve it so much. And they're, like, that you can do that for pretty much any character concept in the game. Like, there really is no limit.